Hi everybody, it's Lunch with the Cardinals for Monday, the 5th day of March 2012, and of course our show is sponsored by Hillcrest Thrift Store in Liberty. Over the weekend, men's tennis, women's tennis, softball, baseball, all in action, and let's take a quick review of the results. First of all, in tennis, the Jewel men win over the University of Nebraska-Kearney 6-3. The women's match was a little bit closer, with Jewel winning again, but by a 5-4 score against the University of Nebraska-Kearney. Paula Peters and Jamie Baker's wins down the stretch made the difference as the Cardinals win the women's match as well as the men's match against the University of Nebraska-Kearney. Paul Worstel talks about the matches against UNK.
Sure, we had a outstanding couple of matches this past Saturday. The men and women took on University of Nebraska-Kearney. Both teams last year were national qualifiers for NCAA Division II. Very good matches. The highlight for me was seeing our number one men's doubles team of Shane Giannetti and Brian Thomas. They defeated the number 2 ranked team in the entire nation of Division II from Nebraska-Kearney. They beat them 8-5, so that was a huge win to get us started. We came out of doubles up 2-1, which was a very good advantage going into singles play. And then Shane won his match at number 1 singles against an opponent who he had beaten in 3 sets back in the fall to go to the finals of the ITA regional tournament. Had great wins at number 3 singles and with Bronson Brassel, who also was a part of our number 2 doubles team with Max Cooper. And then Max won his match in a 3rd set tiebreak at number 4 singles, and then got a great straight sets win from Eric Daly at number 5 singles. And then Jimmy Hunter lost a tough 3rd set battle at 6. So very, very pleased with that victory. For the ladies, for the women, a 5-4 win. It came down to the wire. Very solid performances there. One of the great things and one of the big wins that we needed was a doubles win at number 1. We were down 4-1, came back and won that match 8-6, and so that gave us 1 win coming out of doubles. Had we not had that win, we would have lost the match, and so that was a great comeback and well needed for us. Got a great win at number 3 singles from Kristen Stivers, who tied the match for us at 2-all with her 3rd set tiebreak win. Carly Bassesi was so solid at number 2 singles. Probably played one of the smartest matches I've ever seen her play at Jewel. She won in straight sets at number 2 singles, and then lost a tough match at number 4 with Hannah Lindblom, a 3rd set tiebreak there. Number 5 singles, Katie Lambauer won a straight sets match to put us within 1 match away from winning. And then Paula Peters won a 3rd set tiebreak against a nationally ranked opponent from Nebraska-Kearney that gave us the victory 5-4. So outstanding wins, very proud of our team.
In softball, rained out on Friday. The softball team comes back against Kentucky Wesleyan on Saturday, and they lose the first game 8-0 to the Panthers, but come back in the second game and win 4-3. A massive home run by Ashley Nation. She crushed it over the left field scoreboard. One of the highlights of the game, along with Rachel Hayden getting the win in Game 2, that 4-3 win over Kentucky Wesleyan. The softball team now 6-4 on the year, and they will be in action Wednesday against McKendree, and we'll have the broadcast for you on the William Jewell College Sports Network. Here's Dustin Combs talking a little bit about the weekend doubleheader against Kentucky Wesleyan.
Well, Game 1 we certainly weren't ready to play. They jumped out to an early lead, and really with a lot of game left, we never really engaged at the plate like we needed to. We maybe tried to do too much at the plate and panicked a little bit, and we didn't stay with our approach, and they continued to build the lead, and then we got in a situation where we had dug too big of a hole. We didn't play poorly defensively. They can swing the bat. There's no doubt that they can hit, and when we made mistakes, pitched over the middle of the plate, they made us pay for it, and the game got out of control, to be real honest with you. Wasn't real happy with the way we responded at the plate, though. I'd say, despite their score, we never got on the board, and you can't win if you don't get on the board. So I wanted to focus as much on our approach at the plate as them scoring. And second game, we came out, we made some adjustments, tweaked the lineup a little bit, moved some girls around, got Rachel Hayden and Ashley higher in the lineup, and it paid off. First inning, both got on. Ashley hit a 3-run home run, and we really kind of set a tone there early in the game, and that's more of the approach that we need to have, and more of the team that we can be is get on base and get runners in. Scored again later in the game and ended up being the difference in the game. Emily Klein's double scored. Rachel Popman who was running on the pitch and scored first to home on that double, and she's got great speed, but probably needed that being off with the pitch to score on our field. Rachel Hayden did an outstanding job for 6 2/3 innings, got us to where we needed to be. That was 4-3, and Amanda Storm came in. We walked their one hole to load the bases, who had swung a pretty hot bat all day, and with a 3-2 count and bases loaded and 2 outs, Amanda struck out their 2-hole hitter with a changeup in the dirt, and we have no problem throwing that pitch in that situation. That's her best pitch, and we know Ashley's going to block the ball, and so that gives the pitchers confidence to throw any pitch in any count. And we had to stay with what we do best, and she did that.
Baseball came off a very tough road swing through Arkansas, playing Harding last weekend in a 4-game set. They hosted Minot State this weekend and really played well, winning 3 one-run games and then being defeated in the 4th game of the series by Minot State 9-7. Finally, men's basketball had their postseason banquet yesterday afternoon with 5 seniors being honored. Here's a little clip of what All-American center Nick Larson had to say.
Coach Sutton, we've had some good talks. You provided me with quite a few laughs. I really appreciate your free throw theory. I don't know if that's really how it works, but I got 2 Sutton quotes I need to share. Nick, this kid is bilingual. He's really good with both hands. Nick, how do you feel about a 1-2-2-1 defense? Coach, it ought to be pretty effective. That's 6 defenders. You're always there for me. You did spend a lot of time working with me on my free throws. I really do appreciate that.
That's lunch for the Cardinals for the 5th day of March 2012. Thursday is discount day at Hillcrest Thrift Store, and they're our sponsor here on this update of Jewel Athletics. Get down to the Hillcrest Thrift Store on Thursday. If you're a Jewel student, bring your ID. Get a 20% discount at Hillcrest Thrift Store. We'll see you tomorrow with more lunch for the Cardinals.